You know you tied Lord Hugh up in a bag with their hedgehog only last Tuesday week. You'd better go to your room and think it over. I shall have to tell your father directly he comes home." Maurice went to his room and thought it over. And the more he thought, the more he hated Lord Hugh. Why couldn't the beastly cat have held his tongue and sat still? That, at the time, would have been a disappointment, but now Maurice wished it had happened. He sat on the edge of his bed and savagely kicked the edge of the green Kidderminster carpet, and hated the cat. He hadn't meant to be cruel. He was sure he hadn't. He wouldn't have pinched the cat's feet, or squeezed its tail in the door, or pulled its whiskers, or poured hot water on it. He felt himself ill-used, and knew that he would feel still more so after the inevitable interview with his father. But that interview did not take the immediately painful form expected by Maurice. His father did not say, "Now I will show you what it feels like to be hurt." Maurice had braced himself for that, and was looking beyond it to the calm of forgiveness which should follow the storm in which he should so unwillingly take part. No, his father was already calm and reasonable, with a dreadful calm, a terrifying reason. "Look here, my boy," he said. "This cruelty to dumb animals must be checked, severely checked." "I didn't mean to be cruel," said Maurice. "Evil," said Mr. Basingstoke, for such was Maurice's surname, "is wrought by want of thought as well as want of heart. What about your putting the hen in the oven?" "You know," said Maurice, pale but determined, "you know I only wanted to help her to get her eggs hatched quickly. It says in Fowls for Food and Fancy that heat hatches eggs." "But she hadn't any eggs," said Mr. Basingstoke. "But she soon would have," urged Maurice. "I thought a stitch in time—" "That," said his father, "is the sort of thing that you must learn not to think." "I'll try," said Maurice, miserably hoping for the best. "I intend that you shall," said Mr. Basingstoke. "This afternoon you go to Dr. Strong-at-Arms for the remaining week of term. If I find any more cruelty taking place during the holidays, you will go there permanently. You can go and get ready." "Oh, father, please not," was all Maurice found to say. "I'm sorry, my boy," said his father much more kindly. "It's all for your own good, and it's as painful to me as it is to you. Remember that. The cab will be here at 4. Go and put your things together, and Jane shall pack for you." So the box was packed. Mabel, Maurice's kiddy sister, cried over everything as it was put in. It was a very wet day. "If it had been any school but old Strong's," she sobbed. She and her brother knew that school well. Its windows dulled with wire blinds, its big alarm bell, the high walls of its grounds bristling with spikes, the iron gates always locked through which gloomy boys imprisoned scowled on a free world. Dr. Strong-at-Arms was a school for backward and difficult boys. Need I say more? Well, there was no help for it. The box was packed, the cab was at the door, the farewells had been said. Maurice determined that he wouldn't cry, and he didn't, which gave him the one touch of pride and joy that such a scene could yield. Then, at the last moment, just as father had one leg in the cab, the taxis called. Father went back into the house to write a cheque. Mother and Mabel had retired in tears. Maurice used the reprieve to go back after his postage stamp album. Already he was planning how to